Yes. Welcome back.
Welcome.
I am Kalina Converse.
I'm Kaci Carlson.
This is
Medium Mixology. Oh, that was
That was
good.
good.
Got that in sync.
Like we're professional already.
Right?
Let's cheers.
Cheers to that.
What are we drinking
We've
today,
got
Case?
some sangria. Our
say
nice
it
summer
again.
beverage sangria.
Love. So,
we go.
Sangria. But we put
Yeah.
in, instead of ice, frozen berries.
Yes. We've got some raspberries, strawberry, blueberries, summer
It's so
berries.
refreshing because it's
Yeah.
like 115 here.
Yes, we're melting. And this is very refreshing.
We're in Arizona.
Uh-huh.
So
if you want to stay cool with us in this summer heat, grab some sangria if you like, or whatever beverage you have handy.
Absolutely. It could be
And-
tea, water,
Yeah,
milk.
totally.
Do people
Well,
drink milk?
Maybe
do adults?
Like, I don't know. Is it bedtime and you want to like have that warm milk?
I think that's cats.
I don't know. I like it.
Okay.
We'll go with it. Okay.
Whatever you want
Here
to
it is.
partake of.
Yeah.
It does not have to be alcoholic. We
No.
like to drink because it's fun to loosen it up. And if you
Yeah.
want to drink, we don't want you to drink by yourself.
We're here with you.
100% in
Yeah.
spirit.
Yes. Happy hump day.
Hump day!
Hump day.
His favorite day of the week. And for those
we're
of you
halfway there.
listening on podcast, hi, hello. And if you are not listening on podcast, then maybe you're watching on YouTube.
Yes. You saw our amazing dance moves as
And
we came in today.
If you didn't, you need to go to the YouTube
Yes, you do. Quick.
and watch.
Because Kalina and I, we're feeling it. We're looking cute.
We kinda
got
match
it. We're a
even.
little matchy-matchy.
I
like
showed up
it.
and I was like, hey, I've got
Yeah.
this. And you're like, oh my
Yes.
gosh, I have the same color.
Of course.
We
synced
didn't
up.
even.
No, we didn't plan anything. Just
It's
grab something
like
cute.
We should be psychic.
Right?
Oh, but wait.
Wouldn't that be cool?
We are.
We
Your
are.
friendly neighborhood psychic mediums.
I love it.
That's like our tagline.
Yeah, I think that's perfect. Hashtag friendly neighborhood psychic medium. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going with it.
Yeah.
Love it.
I love it
we are
too.
friendly.
Oh, let's do our toast.
Oh, yeah. Cheers to this. Sip and see.
Spirits and mediums.
Wild and free.
I love it.
All right.
Oh my gosh, it's so hot here in Arizona where we are.
This tastes amazing.
It's the berries. I just want to like
It is.
shove my face
Yeah,
in
yeah.
the coldness.
Totally. And I want to like add some cake batter to it and make a freaking cobbler. All right? With a big amount of ice cream.
But also
Yes.
we added like spritzer. We called it
Yeah.
Sparkle.
You got to have a little sparkle in your
Yeah,
life.
I added
Yeah.
Sparkle in both of our cups, which is just like a spritzer of some sort.
Yeah.
Ours is non-flavor. What is it? Club soda. Like, yeah.
Carbonated. drink,
Yeah, just to make it bubbly, sparkly.
Yes.
So
So
feel
good.
free
So good.
to join
Okay.
us in our beverage.
Love it.
Okay,
Let's
Case.
work it through this hump day. Where should we begin?
What's the
Have
difference
fun.
between a psychic and medium? That's on the agenda today.
Good.
We
Good
talked
question.
about it a lot last time. Like, we're psychics, we're mediums. And then we had a few of our friends ask us, well, what's the difference?
Yeah. Okay, so I'll go. Medium. Medium, I feel like, is channeling spirit, able to feel them, see them, hear them, just tap into that spirit realm.
That's
What do you
absolutely.
think? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I would say channeling or talking to the other side, somebody who is no longer walking this earthly realm. If they have transitioned over the rainbow bridge,
Yeah, I love that.
saw the pearly gates, they're on the other side.
Yeah.
Medium is talking to them. So psychic is a little different. Psychic is a big term. So you can say you are psychic if you get premonitions, meaning you have dreams, which I know, Case,
Yeah.
you have had many premonitions.
Yeah.
Dreams or knowingness. Sometimes it's like downloads. I like to just say you just know something. If you've ever
Yeah.
felt the energy of a person that has passed by you or at work and you just know that they are not good energy. You just know, but you don't know how you know. That's
you like
very
feel it in your gut.
Yes. That's very like empathic. Like you just,
Yeah.
there's a knowingness, you just feel it.
Or you tell your girlfriend, hey, that guy you're dating, he's not good for you. I've never met him. I don't know how. I just have a feeling he's not for you.
No.
Yeah. I would say that's your psychic
Absolutely.
gift.
So that's one of a psychic gifts, premonitions, being empathic, feeling, just knowing. There are many clairs, and clair is Clair. We talked about it a little bit last time. But psychic to me really is if you know something about someone or something in this world that you have no way of knowing, that is being a psychic.
Yeah, I agree.
It's like your auric field, like your aura, extends out and it gets so large that maybe it touches your auric field. Mm-hmm. It's like a cloud that like gently passes your cloud, and I pick up on things and I know things. Yeah. That's very psychic. That's on this realm, this physical, dimensional earth.
Yeah. It could even be like a feeling of, oh my word, this friend who I haven't spoken to in a while, she keeps coming up in my mind. I see her name. I'm thinking about her. Like, I don't know why, but maybe I should reach out.
Yes.
And then you text them or call them and they're like, oh my word, this is so serendipitous. I've been struggling this week, or this happened and I wanted to talk to you. Like I needed someone to reach out and you did.
Yeah. That's very psychic. Yeah. Or a fun way to test that is like if your phone rings and before you look at it, feel it and be like, okay, I think this is my mom, or I think this is my sister, or I think this is my friend Jennifer. Feel that and see what you get. And we'll kind of help you dive into those different areas or strengths of being psychic. So maybe you do feel it, maybe you see it, maybe you hear it. That's just a couple of ways that you can be psychic. There are so many different ways. So psychic is a very broad term, but it really is knowing something about like this earthly realm. Mm-hmm. And the way I like to describe it is if my auric field, my aura, reaches out and expands to other people's aura, that is psychic. Mm-hmm. If it expands even bigger into like spirit realm, those who have passed, that's medium. Yeah. So every psychic is not a medium. Mm-hmm. But every medium, everybody who has the ability to expand out into that
in spirit world.
Yes, spirit world is able to then connect with like the earthly world. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. And to tap into their psychic abilities.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every psychic is not medium, but every medium is a psychic.
Yeah. Did we share our chills of the week?
Nope, we haven't.
No. Do you want to go? Do you have one, or do you want me to go?
You go first.
What do we got? Okay. So, okay, here we go. So it's a good one. It was late at night. I was really tired. I'm getting ready to go to bed. So I have 5 kids, like we said. So late at night is when I will get visitors, right? And I wasn't feeling it. I felt one come in, and I had already rolled over, gone to bed, put the kids to bed, and I'm like, I'm not doing it. It was actually so late at night.
Wait, back up.
Okay. So it was actually 4 a.m. It was late at night into the early morning. And I woke up. So remember, I've told you before, I'm such a light sleeper that I can feel when my kids come in. I can feel when spirit comes in, and I'm awake. I'm just up.
What about when you feel your kid come in and you turn around and roll and nobody's there?
Oh, nobody's there.
And I'm like, wait,
you're like,
I swear somebody just came in and nobody's there. And I'm like,
was that someone else's kid? Yeah. You're like, who's here?
The answer is yes.
Yes, it was. Have had that happen before. I thought you were going to say when they have come in quietly, they've got the messy hair. It's just like hanging, like child of the corn. Yeah, just like the hair is just like hanging on their face, and you open your eyes and they're just staring at you. You're like, oh my word.
You're like, what do you want?
Child, make yourself known. You need to say, Mom, wake up. Just
do you sleep in the dark?
No. I have the hall light on. So that's even better. It's like a spotlight behind their body, right? So you look over, it's pitch black in your room, but the hall light is just spotlighting them. And I'm like, oh my word.
You're all there, spirit.
Don't take me. Yeah. I'm like, is it spirit? Is it my child? Yeah.
So, is it a dark entity or all of the above?
All of the above, what's happening, right? And so I wake up and I knew a spirit was there. And I said, so Kalina's been helping me set boundaries with spirits as well, not just humans. That's that too. Yeah, it is important. And so I'm working on it. I was like, no, I'm tired. I'm not going to be scared or fearful. I'm saying no, not right now. Come again tomorrow. So I go back to bed. And
Like somebody is knocking on your door.
yeah, like I'm like, no, we're closed. Everyone's going to sleep. Come back, right? So I say, no, not tonight. So my bathroom wall is shared with my 2 teenage daughters' bathroom wall, right? And because we're under construction, there's no insulation, there's no sheetrock hung. It is just plumbing and one thin sheetrock there between our bathrooms.
How do you have sex?
Girl, you don't even know. Oh, it's even better. So, okay, TMI, but I love little TMI. We don't have a lock. My husband does construction. He's a contractor. We don't have a lock on our bedroom door because my children broke it. Yes, they need to learn boundaries, but they broke it. So we take our 25-pound weight. We got 2 of them this time, and we roll our 25-pound weight in front of the door.
So you're like rolling the weight. So when the kids hear the waves going,
yeah, it's like boom, boom, boom. They're like, okay, we're not going in. What is mom and dad
Why
doing?
don't you just put a sock on the door?
I mean, they wouldn't respect that. Right? I'm like, I should, but
Yeah, 6-year-olds don't know.
Yeah,
what that
no,
means.
they don't care. Like, why is there a sock? Mom needs to do laundry. She's got a dirty sock on the door. Right? They're like, she's behind with laundry. So there's that construction, right? It's really thin, so I can hear everything. I hear a bottle fall down from my daughters. They have a Jack and Jill bathroom. I hear a bottle fall down from their counter. And I was like, no, maybe Taylor got up to go to the bathroom. You know, it's like 4 a.m. if she got up. I'm like, no, I'm going back to bed. But my gut knew. I was like, no. I told that spirit, no, I don't want to tonight. I felt like it was I felt male energy. And I was like, no, I'm not tonight. I feel it fell down. And I was like, maybe it's Taylor. So I go back to bed. Then a shampoo bottle falls down from their shower caddy onto the floor. And I was like, okay. So I text Taylor because she's done this to me before. Mom, did you hear that noise at like 2, 3 in the morning? So I'm like, Taylor, are you awake? Todd, did you go to the bathroom? What's going on? Nothing. Radio silence. And I'm like, she's asleep. Everyone's asleep. That was him. I told Mother Trucker, I told that spirit I didn't want to talk tonight, right? And I was like, okay, nope, I'm sticking to that boundary. So I go back to bed after hearing 2 things fall. Then I hear the 2x4s that's in my bathroom start to creak, almost as if someone is pushing on the 2x4s that don't have sheetrock hung, making them shift. And I'm like, for the love, you don't respect boundaries. All right. I'm like, what is going on? And you'll be
You're
so
all Kalina.
Yeah. I'm like, I'm not ready to call you, girl. You'll be surprised.
I would have answered. It's fine.
Yeah. I held so firm to that boundary. I was like, nope, not doing it. Girl, I went back to bed. I think that's the first time
I will cheers to that.
Thank you. That's huge for me.
Yeah, because they'll wake you up in the middle of the night.
Right? Yeah. So I think that's the first time I've not been so fearful that, like how you said, you were just sending love and light. You're stepping into that power. You set that boundary, and they can't mess with you at that point.
Spirit is smart. If they need to deliver a message, it's now or never. They'll be there in the morning.
They're not going anywhere.
They're not.
There's no clock ticking for them.
And so they will. They're intelligent. And if you can't right now, you have the permission to say no, thank you. And they will find another way to deliver the message. Yeah. It is not like we are not so big in our egos that it's like, I have to do this because that's very me-centered, right? Like they are so smart. If I don't do it, they will find another way.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. So then the next morning, Taylor's like, Mom, I got your text. What was going on? And we go in her bathroom and we see the cleaning bottle that had fallen off the counter and then the shampoo bottle in her tub. And I'm like, Taylor, that was up in there? I heard it fall. It was on that caddy, right? And she's like, yeah, it was in that little.
Does that freak her out?
Oh, 100%. I've gone in that girl's room more time than I can count. She's like, Mom, I heard footsteps. I heard someone breathe. Can you come in here and do your thing?
My kids are.
What do yours do?
My kids feel it. They hear it. They know it. And they're like, don't sage the house.
They want it.
They want it. They're like, wait, don't.
No, they're like, give me all the spirits.
Yeah, completely.
Oh, my word.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay, but we got a lot going on here. Like, especially with Andrew, homicide detective, right?
Hello.
I'm like, with all of,
there's a lot. It's like Spirit Central.
Yeah. Like my car is Spirit Central. Like my window rolls.
Tell them what happened.
Yeah.
Thursday night.
Yeah. Thursday night, we were done with yoga teacher training. I go out to my car. I was standing outside my car talking to a student who was asking me some yoga questions, and I was explaining, and she's like, wait, what is that? And I was like, what? I fully knowing what was happening, but trying to act not. And so I was like, okay, come here. And so we go over by the side, the passenger side, and my window is low key, just rolling down.
What?
Rolling back up, rolling down. My car is off.
How?
And it's it's not an old car. It's like,
Yeah. It's not like turn the handle and get the window down.
No, it's fine.
Oh, you're used to it.
And I was like, it's okay. They're just,
all right.
they're just with me all the time.
You're like, we're going to visit on the car ride home. It's fine.
Yeah, it is fine. Okay. So my chills of the week.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to tell this one, but it kind of piggybacks on yours. So I'm
Okay.
going to. So this didn't happen this week,
Okay.
but a few weeks ago, I was in the shower, as I often am.
When spirit comes.
Yeah, and I have a theory on
Yeah.
this. My theory
Okay.
is that spirit vibrates very high. It's a high vibrational frequency.
Yeah.
Humans are very dense in energy. We have to raise our vibration, meaning get rid of the guilt.
I feel like even that stored pain or hurt or trauma.
Yes,
It
all
can
of
just
that.
pull you down. Yeah.
We have to get rid of all of those dense vibrational frequencies in order to raise a little bit higher, in order to talk to spirit. Well, when you're in the shower, I feel like the water acts as a medium. And so you can kind of balance it out a little bit so they can come down, you can come up. And so I get a lot of messages in the shower. So much so that my grandmother was like, hey, can you find your aunt's, what is it called? Will?
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, hold on, I'm going to the shower.
She's like, hold on, let me take it to my zen, my
Yeah, let
my
me go
space.
in the shower. Give me
Yeah.
one second. So my mom will call me and be like, hey, somebody broke in my house. Can you tell me who it was? I'm like, let me go in the shower. Hold on.
So,
If
so
you want,
strip it down and full on get in the
if I
shower
need like
to
very specific
Yeah,
details
yeah.
right away,
Okay.
then yes. But
Okay. So Kalina's showering like 5 times a day because
Yeah.
everyone's like, Kalina,
I'm
help
always
me.
naked.
Love that.
It's fine.
Cheers to that, girl.
But cheers to fucking
Cheers
that.
to nakedness.
Okay. So yeah, always naked, boobs out, tits up.
Choking on my berries. Tits up. Even if they're small titties like mine, it's fine.
Okay.
A small booby club.
We love all titties.
We love them all.
Big, small.
Yeah. They're
none at
welcome.
all.
Oh, welcome
that
in this
rhymed.
space. Oh, love that.
Big, small, none at all. We love them all. Okay. Okay.
Okay, so sorry. Let's redirect.
Okay, so
Okay.
my story piggybacking.
Yes.
after-
Shower.
Yes. Okay. So I'm in the shower and my razor flies off and flops on the ground.
Oh, damn.
And I literally watch it happen and I watch it fly off. I watch it land on the ground and I'm looking at it and I'm staring at it and I'm thinking, that must have been really slippery up there. There must have been soap.
You're like, is spirit telling me I need to shave?
No.
What is happening?
Motherfucker.
Like, can a girl be left alone, man? If I want hairy legs, let me have hairy
No,
legs.
this is why we laser hair
Yeah.
removal.
Yeah.
No hair, guys.
No hair
My
anywhere.
situation is always situated.
I love
No,
it.
okay, so the razor flies off and
And you
lands on the
didn't turn off the water and jump out. See, I've had weird stuff in the shower, but I'm like opposite.
No.
I'm like, water's off. Casey's out.
my
I'm not cleaning.
prefrontal cortex is going, and I'm like, logic,
Girl.
reasoning. Okay, let's consider this. It's slippery soap.
Okay.
It flies off because of soap.
Yeah. Logical.
Maybe.
It like flies.
So I pick up the razor, put it back, continue showering. Get out of my shower, walk out into my bathroom, and on my counter, I have a stack of washcloths. All of the washcloths are knocked over onto the floor. It's like somebody came up and flipped them off, and like they're all over the place. Like, and I literally look at them and I think, huh. Well, my daughters, my teenage girls, their bedroom's on the other side.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. Did a kid come in and like knock them?
Yeah,
just
well,
to
the
be a
door's
punk?
locked, so no. But I'm like,
okay.
okay, so maybe like the teenage
Okay.
girls played music really loud. It like vibrated in my house.
The vibration shook the wall.
I literally, my mind is going everywhere but here, which is so funny
Right?
because being a psychic or a medium, like it's funny that my
By
brain
now.
still doesn't go there. I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, logical side. Okay, I get it. Maybe it knocked off.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, that's weird. Pick them up. No big deal. Probably the teen daughters walking out. But at this point in the back of my head, I'm thinking,
You knew, girl. You knew.
go into my bedroom. I'm in my towel and I have Mount Everest, which is what I call my clothing pile.
We all have a Mount Everest.
Because I will never climb to the top of it, of my laundry.
Oh,
Ever.
I feel this on a deep level.
Yeah.
Like, all
So
that
I call it
laundry.
Mount Everest. It's a pile of clean clothes on my bedroom floor that I will never climb to the top of. And I'm moving Mount Everest
I love this.
because I'm trying to find some yoga pants.
Yeah.
And as I'm sitting there, I have a shelf with all my essential oils. And as I pick up a pile of clothes, I pick it up, I stand up, and all of a sudden, one of my essential oils literally flies off the shelf, knocks against the wall, and drops to the ground.
What?
Right? Like, I watched the whole thing happening. I drop Mount Everest, and I'm literally like, what the fuck?
What? No. Okay, and you weren't scared even a little bit.
No, I marched downstairs, and I walked outside, and Brinley saw my oldest 17-year-old watches me walk outside. I'm standing there in the 100-degree weather, staring at my house with my hand on my hip, tapping my foot. And Brinley runs out and she's like, what? And I'm like, there's a spirit in my room. And she's literally looks at me dead-eyed and says, so they're always in your room.
What's new? She's like,
and I was like, but they're touching my stuff and I just need a minute. Like, they're in my bedroom, so I'm walking away so I can get some space for a minute before I go confront them before I lose my shit.
Okay, that's valid. You're like, I am trying to tackle Mount Everest. Can you just respect my boundary?
Like, and I'm naked. And I'm still in my towel. Like, just give me
a minute. You don't have 6 kids. You have 6,000. I'm like, the spirit's coming in. You're just never alone.
I'm literally like, okay, friend, time out. It's fine. So I went back upstairs. I talked to the spirit. It was fine. She belonged to a student. I gave her the message, and then everybody went on their happy, merry way.
You're like, the razor went back. The essential oil is back in place. Mount Everest is still there. We're fine.
Mount Everest will always be there. I need to hire a laundry lady. So go ahead and subscribe and like. So I can hire a laundry.
Help a girl out, okay? Help these mamas out. We both need one.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That is so wild.
I know.
Dude, I would love if like a camera could follow along for some of these moments, right? Because sometimes you go and tell someone back and it's like, listen, to really appreciate what I'm saying, you needed to see the essential oil bottle like fly off the shelf. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yes.
Like, to
my
really
family
get it.
does not doubt it. My husband at first, he's very logic, reasoning, brain.
Yeah.
Like, he's very he's a cop.
Typical dude.
Yes,
Yeah.
he's like, no, that doesn't exist. But he has seen so many things and me evolve over the years that there is no doubt in that man's mind that there are bigger things happening here.
Yes. He can't deny it at this point.
Nope.
I mean, come on.
Nope.
Yeah.
He tried for a long time.
Yeah. I would agree with mine too. My kids and my husband, I feel like most of them are all there. That they're kind of like, okay, well, mom's no longer crazy. She just like, that's her thing. I mean, still crazy, but for other reasons.
It's the validation.
Right? Yeah.
Like when you're validated in your knowingness, then they're like, well, crap, how could she possibly have known that? And there's so many instances where it's like validated that I'm like, how? Like, I can't make this stuff up.
Yeah. No. I mean, I wish I could sometimes. You know, like it kind of scares me a little bit. Like I wish I was making this up. Okay, so perfect example. So my sister, she was living with us for a little while and she was out at the football game and she had her cell phone and she's hanging out with this guy, right? I did not like the guy she was dating. She came home and she's like, so Case, I'm so sorry. I lost my phone or someone stole my phone. And as she said, someone stole my phone, I actually saw like what played out. And I looked at her. It happened so fast, what I saw. But I looked at her and I was like, so someone stole it? Or did it fall off the bleachers while you were making out with your boyfriend? And you guys went down to look for it and it wasn't there. And she was like, oh, were you there? She's like, was I right?
You're like, wait a minute.
Wait, hold up. I was right. Like,
you saw it, like
I
premonition.
saw it. Yes.
Like a memory that's not yours.
Yes. Girl, it is like I was there, but obviously I wasn't.
Yeah, it's not your memory.
No. And so after that, she told my kids, and she was like, never lie to your mother. She will know.
Yeah.
I'm sure your kids feel the same way. They can't get away with anything.
Absolutely. Especially with the fact that like Andrew's a detective and I'm a psychic medium.
They don't have a prayer.
No, but they sure try.
Of course. You can't blame them for trying.
And you have to like, it's hard because I would say the biggest challenge of being a psychic is people lie all the time.
You're not sure, like, can I trust anyone?
Well, they're little white lies, and people tell little white lies. My students do, my children do. Everybody tells little white lies all the time. And when somebody lies straight to your face and you're psychic and you know they're lying, you look at them and you're just like, oh, wait. Okay.
You almost want to say, do you want to try that again?
Yeah, but they're not
give you
my
another
kid, right?
chance.
Yeah, with my kids, I'm like,
Yeah.
But if it's not your kid, you just look at them and you're like, okay. Like, it's almost like you have to become a really good actor to be like, oh, okay.
Funny story.
Yeah, that's cute. That's cute that you're lying to me right now, but
We're going to go with it.
Because then you're just like, it's awkward. Like, do I call him out? Like, so how about that lie you just told me?
So do you want to talk about your lying problem?
I would say that really is the biggest challenge is because you know intuitively when somebody is lying to you, and people lie all the time.
And those of us that know that gift and ability, it's like, I've even said to you, I'm like, girl, well, you know I'm not lying. Like, you would know if I am, right?
Yes.
And so, but it is also, there's that other side that we've talked about. It's hard for family and friends because they can never get away with something.
I think I'm a hard person to love because I'm so invasive. Like, if Andrew has a dream about another girl, he's going to wake up in the middle of the night. I'm going to turn around. I'm going to look at him and be like, fuck her.
You little... I know what you dreamt about.
And it's so invasive.
Yeah.
And like when my friend is thinking a thought and I look over and I'm like, so did you want to go to the Diamondbacks game? And they're like, wait, that's weird.
What?
I was just thinking about asking you about my 4 tickets that I have. And I'm like, how were you?
That's crazy because I just came up with that out of nowhere.
Yeah. It is very invasive.
Yeah.
So like, I feel like my personal life suffers a lot from being psychic medium.
Yeah.
But maybe that's just my filter.
But I mean, like, how can it not? Like we were saying, it kind of hits every different aspect of your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't be my friend unless you're nice and honest.
Unless
and kind.
you're ready to tell the truth.
Because if you lie, I will know.
She will know. Okay, so I've got a great example of psychic abilities that came to me.
Okay.
So in about February of 2020, my sister, she was like, hey, have you heard of this COVID virus? Like, I'm seeing it all over the news. And I hadn't. I was like, no, I don't know. I haven't. Like, what is it? What virus?
Oh my gosh, that was a traumatizing time for everyone, I think.
It was. It definitely was. It was a really, really hard, traumatizing time. And so, but February was kind of before there were really a lot of cases in the States, right? And so
very beginning.
Yeah, it was the very beginning of it. And so I hadn't heard anything of it, but the second she said it, I saw all of it played out. And I know that sounds wild. And she said it, and it was like, it was almost like a reel played in my head, super quick. And I said, oh, okay, so that's going to hit the States. It's going to get really bad. It's going to spread far. They're going to come up with a vaccine for it. Kids are going to stay home from school. People will lose their jobs. It's going to be a sad, awful time. And my sister and my daughter, who was like 12 at the time, they both looked at me. They're like, what? Like,
was it like an out-of-body experience? Like you said it, and then you had a moment, and you're like, wait, what did I just say?
Totally. I'm like, did someone just take over what am I talking about? You know, I'm like, what? How did I?
It was a premonition.
Yeah. And at the time, I just thought, that was weird. Like, how did I know that? Because nothing had happened. I didn't know that for sure.
Did you doubt it then?
Not really.
You knew
I know that
it.
sounds strange that I'm
It was like a knowingness.
Yes, it was a knowingness. And if I did doubt, it was because I could feel their energy that they definitely doubted. They're looking at me like, you don't know that. What are you talking about? So I might have doubted a little bit because of how they were feeling.
And
but
that was
deep
such
down,
a huge thing that like, I don't think anybody quite knew how big it was going to be.
Yes. I just felt this intense energy of stress and anguish and despair.
It reminds me of a scene from the Game of Thrones.
Oh, 100%. It could have been out of a movie. Yes, right? And yeah, for sure. I was like, is this like a scene from a movie?
Yeah.
Right?
And that's a lot how it comes across. Like a memory that's not yours.
Right? And I'm like, where have I felt this before? Because it did feel familiar, even though it seems wild.
Like deja vu.
Yes, 100%. Deja vu. Perfect explanation of it. I'd almost call that a vision, but like, I don't know, because would that be psychic?
Yes, absolutely. Like, you don't have to know what it means. Sometimes you just get a download.
Yeah.
You got a download.
Yeah.
You like, there is nothing for you to do, nothing for you to do with it. Just a knowingness of something is coming.
Mm-hmm.
And you felt the energy of it, like the disruption of it.
Yes.
That's amazing.
So intense. Yeah. And it was kind of...
So when you found out how crazy COVID was, how it affected so many people, did it reinforce your ability?
Yeah, it almost was like a confirmation. Because like I said in the previous episode that I have a hard time with overanalyzing and a little bit of self-doubt.
Oh, do you?
I was like, Kalina knows this. I question myself and any of my abilities or strengths. And it was. I mean, it's a sad confirmation. No one wanted any of that to happen. But it was like, okay, you got that. You knew it. And so maybe start trusting when those come up, when you can see something and you feel it.
I think the trust part is so hard.
It is.
So one of my favorite authors, her name is Sonia Choquette. Mm-hmm. She trained with somebody and she's a psychic medium. She does a lot of spirit guide work. But one of the things she said is her teacher would test her, a lot like the games we play.
Okay.
But he would never tell her if she was right. So like if my stone was purple.
Yeah.
I said last time it was purple. It was yellow. He would never
wouldn't tell her.
He would never tell her because he told her it doesn't matter if you are right or wrong. What matters is that you trust yourself. That is more important than anything. Because sometimes the messages that you give or the messages you receive, your brain can't quite comprehend.
Yeah.
Like you're not ready. And a lot of times, like if you're giving a message to somebody, hey, this person isn't meant for you. They're so in love. They're not ready to hear that. Maybe in 6 months or a year or 3 years, they're going to be like, that person was correct. Yeah. But in that moment, that's not what they want to hear. So they're attached and they just aren't ready. Yeah. And so in that example of COVID, like, I don't think you knew or your sister or your whoever, could listen because nobody quite could understand.
No one knew how big and crazy and overwhelming and sad that was going to be.
Yeah, that's pretty incredible.
Yeah, that was
Thank you for sharing something so personal.
Yeah. Yeah. So what's something that confirmed for you your psychic abilities? I put you on the spot here for a minute.
Honestly, if I'm really being honest,
give it to me.
My
I was
husband,
like, I'm ready.
So my husband is a homicide detective. And he has a lot of cases, which I cannot talk about.
She's got to be very careful here, guys.
But what I will say is spirits are not foreign to my household.
I would agree with that.
Yeah. And so it's really difficult because I feel and I see and I hear, and sometimes like I want to sage Andrew before he walks in the door and I'm like, don't bring the spirits home. But sometimes I'll just look over and there'll be a spirit near and I'm like, hey, dude, you got a case with a woman with brunette hair and 3 kids? Because she's standing right here. And he's like, do you meet Kalina?
I almost feel like you just like jumped. You like ascended straight into spirit realm.
No, I
medium, then psychic. Like you have the whole, it's all encompassing for you.
Okay, I see what you're saying. That's very
where
very
it's
sweet.
like it wasn't like, oh, I thought I saw something or felt something.
Let me tell you. Let me back up.
Yeah,
I do retreats for yoga, so we go all over the world, really, in extravagant, beautiful places. I have the best job, and meet the most incredible people, and I am so lucky, and I love what I do. And I knew I had skills, but I did not know the extent. Yeah. And so what I would do is I would take it out on my poor yoga teacher training students that did not come to yoga for a psychic or medium reading. And I'd be like, hey, but
we all secretly love it. Not even secretly. We tell her, we're like, what are you getting, Kalina?
I know.
Tell us.
Well, when I get something, I have a tell, don't I? What's my tell sign?
Oh, she does. I can feel it and I can see it. She like bites the inside of her cheek or her lip. And I look at her and I'm like, oh, she's getting something. She's channeling.
Yeah, I do.
I'm like, what are you getting?
I totally do. And I didn't know I did, but I do. I like gnaw on my lip when I'm like really going inward and I look up. It's almost like I leave my body and I'm like, what's happening? Like one of my gifts is telepathy.
Yeah.
So it's another psychic skill. I can tap into thoughts a lot.
She does. We all get so nervous. Or if there's something I'm like, I really don't want Kalina to know about this, I'll start like reciting some old thing I memorized in high school, some poem or something. And I'm like, okay, I'm not going to think about that. I'm going to think about this poem I had to memorize.
But it's more of an energetic thing. So that doesn't even work, because if energetically you're thinking or you're feeling a way, I'm going to lean into how you're feeling, even if you're thinking about something else. But then
almost like you're feeling our heart. So it doesn't matter what our brain is doing.
Okay, well, so this goes back to my story is, okay, so I go on retreats all over the world. And I very much remember I was in Costa Rica with a whole bunch of students. I was on a boat, and my way of reading people was grabbing their hand. And I would grab their hand, and I wouldn't hold it. I would just kind of like feel it. And it was the most fascinating thing, because as I would feel their hand, it's like their world would open, and I would see their childhood, their hearts, their minds, their traumas. I would see so much. And so I would love to take people's hands and feel them. And I'll kind of explain how I do it in another episode. I didn't know then that what I was doing was reading their heart. The hand is an extension of the heart.
Yeah.
And so I was reading their heart. And so psychically, when I touched somebody, I was reading not just their aura, but their very physical being. And so I would ask, like, can I grab your hand? And then I'd be like, hey, you're dating two guys right now. One of them is not great for you. The guy with blonde hair, he has a really good heart and he really cares about you. If you're juggling between the two, go with the guy with blonde hair.
Girl.
And so I would like kind of struggle and like
unload. You would like unload all of that. Just
yeah. And it was a struggle because I didn't know how to like compress it. Like it would just like overflow.
Yeah.
And so I'd be like, let me read you and you and you and you. And while you want to think it's all good things, I would feel miscarriages. I would feel abortions.
You could feel the hurt and the pain as well.
I would feel divorces. I would feel losses of mothers and fathers and grandparents and sister. Like I would just feel everything because I wasn't protecting. And I was like, oh, I was using it as a party trick. And so I was like, oh, how cool is this? So we were on a boat. I read everybody. It was great. They all thought it was great.
Oh, yeah. Like, do me next. Grab my hand.
Yeah. But people say that, but they don't actually want to know the truth all the time, which is...
Yes.
I've given a lot.
Kalina will say, all right, do you really want to know?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
How much do you want to know?
Do you really want that answer?
Yeah. Because everybody says, yes, I do.
But I love that you do that because that's respect. That's a boundary. You're like, I'm not trying to cross this. I am respecting your... Yes.
Now I do it.
I mean, you had
friends over this. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. And so I got off the boat on this in Costa Rica, read everybody. They thought it was great. I went back to my hotel room and I felt so heavy. And it was like all of the pain and the hurt and the loss. It was like I didn't know how to get rid of it.
It's like you absorbed it.
I did completely. And so I went into the shower because water cleanses and clears. And I love my shower. I love my bath. I take one every morning and every night to just reset my energy. We'll talk about protecting and clearing. And I went and got in the shower, and I remember just laying in the bottom of the shower, letting the water beat on me and sobbing. And they didn't even feel like my tears. It was like I had absorbed the tears of every person that had lost somebody that I had read that day. And it was like I said last podcast, it was literally like medium gone wild, psychic gone wild. I knew things I didn't know how to process or handle or what I was doing. And I was a hot freaking mess.
Yeah. It was like you almost needed that shower to release and ground. You're releasing what was not really yours, letting it go.
I didn't know that's what I was doing, but yes. Now that was years ago. So now I've learned the hard way what to do, what not to do, what to take on, how to not take stuff on.
That's overwhelming, especially when you were navigating that on your own. You didn't have...
I wish I had a teacher.
Yes. Like how I've had Kalina to be like, Kalina, am I going crazy? I am hearing all these voices. I don't know how to quiet it. Am I like losing my mind? And she's been there to help me. Be like, no, do this, this, and this. This visualization, this grounding, that support and and strength along the way it's invaluable. Like, I'm so thankful to you for that. And you didn't have that. So you had everything coming into you at once, and it was like this big opening. It's almost like stepping into a whole new world. And it's like, I want to go visit this place and do that. And I want to share this with them. And like, let's go on this ride. And not everyone's ready for it. Not everyone can see it. Not, they're not ready to go there with you.
Yeah. Energetically, mentally, emotionally.
Yeah. And so it's overwhelming to them as you're giving them your downloads, what you're seeing and feeling and hearing. And not all of them are ready to receive it. Yeah.
But I think my process, it was like when I found out I was psychic and medium, it was like, I do nothing slow. Jump with both feet in, and here we go.
Let's do this.
Sink or swim.
Cheers to that, girl.
Cheers. Thanks. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. That is a lot. And then it sounds like you almost absorbed it.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. And since I've learned like how to protect and everything, but it was very overwhelming, but it was almost intoxicating in a way that I didn't know how to stop. It's like when you know things and you want to help them, like, why wouldn't you? Yeah. Right. Like if
totally.
It's such a hard boundary. And now I have boundaries. I'd like to say now I know how to kind of navigate. But I do wish I had a teacher. Yeah. And I mean, you know this, but I am a teacher at heart. I homeschool my 6 kids.
Yeah. Which is, amazing. Round of applause for Kalina. I homeschool
not your average psychic.
No, not at all. No.
I don't know if I have like a vision of what a psychic. I feel like I think a psychic or medium is like an old lady around like a black crystal ball that like has like a bandana on her head and one eye or something.
Here you go, girl. We got the crystal ball right here for you.
Thank you. Can I be prettier?
Can I just hold this?
Can I not be old?
I guess that is funny. It's like that stigma, I guess you would say. Yeah. I don't know. Kind of what the movies depict of a psychic. And so maybe that's it. Then I'm like, they don't have 6 kids that they're homeschooling. They don't have 5 kids, like they don't. And so it can be hard to find that time of peace and quiet to meditate, to quiet your mind or thoughts and things you're hearing that not even yours necessarily. Like sometimes it will come in so strong that I'm like, is this mine? Is this spirit? Am I getting someone else that I just spoke to?
I think that's a really good point. I think you have to do the internal work.
Yeah.
You have to dig through your own stuff to know if what you're picking up is actually yours or if you are picking up somebody else's energy.
Yes. You've helped me so much with that. So I recently had a client for a Reiki client, and I won't give their personal information, but it was heavy. So heavy, so much loss. And I felt some of their family members come in, and it's like, it's stuff you would imagine off of a movie, right? Like her whole life could be a movie. And so I felt it, and I was trying to do everything that I've been working on and things that you've been helping me with and not taking it on. And I'm learning that one of mine is like, I'm an empath and I absorb like since I was little, and I'm trying so hard not to do that. And I did feel like I was releasing, not taking it on. I was grounding. I was closing off my chakras, all the things we'll talk about later. But I still absorbed so much of it that I physically was exhausted. I had to lay down, and I don't take naps. My family knows I'm like, go, let's get our stuff done. But I had to. My body was like, we're done. I absorbed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is so hard. It's so hard to not take it on when you're feeling so bad for them.
It is hard. I will say it is important to know how to protect. Maybe that should be our next podcast because protecting your energy is so important. And even if you're not diving into the world of psychics or mediums or growing your empathic skills, your intuition, somebody who is an energy vampire that just takes your energy, and by the time you are done with them, you feel like you have nothing left.
Yeah.
To protect your energy is such an important skill that everyone should have, and knowing their boundary of like, this is how much I have, and now you've crossed that, and I have to walk away.
Yep. Yeah, I agree.
Speaking of Reiki clients, you want to know something fun?
Yeah, tell me.
So,
like, hold on. Do I need to get my drink for this?
Yes, you do. Cheers. Cheers again.
Cheers.
So I can't say any details.
No.
To protect the innocent. It is August 2024.
Yeah.
the Olympics are going strong in Paris.
It's huge.
And I did, at the beginning of last month, July, I did Reiki on somebody who was representing the USA in the Olympics.
Stop. Are you serious?
Yeah. And I didn't know it until after I did Reiki on her. Like I was working through some energy work, and then afterwards I brought her up and I was like, and she, it's not fun.
That's amazing. Did you feel some of that after?
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, I figured.
The pressure. So much pressure.
Could you imagine?
No.
Oh my word. Yeah. That's so cool.
Isn't that fun though?
I love that.
And I love that she was like, I need energy work.
That's amazing that she asked for that. And I would agree. She's
she
like, this is my
waited
prep work
weeks to get into me.
Oh,
like literally. And it just, our schedules didn't line up.
Yeah.
And I was out of town. And then she was out of town. And then she was like, I have to get in. And I was like, I have an opening. She's like, oh my gosh, this is perfect.
That's so cool.
I know.
I
it was
love
so
that.
amazing.
You helped support her. That's amazing.
I know. I'm secretly watching.
That is really, really cool.
Are you ready to play our game?
Yeah, let's do it. Okay. It is our intuition recognition. Okay, so we are doing just a little activity each week to help you kind of tap into your intuition, your gifts. So the one we're doing today is one of us is going to hold up a number behind our back, 1 through 5. Now,
No, in front of the camera.
in front of the camera. So if you're watching on YouTube, you'll be able to see the number, right?
To know that we're telling the truth. If
Yes.
you are listening to us, just go to YouTube. You'll be able to see that
Yeah.
we're telling the truth.
Yes, right? Okay, so who wants to go first? What do you want to do?
Okay, so I'm going to hold up a number on
Okay.
the camera.
Okay.
And then you're going to close your eyes.
Okay.
You're going to try and guess the number. I'm going to put my hands down. You can look up. I'll tell you when I'm done.
Okay, so
But
we're
not
doing
yet.
1 through 5 or what? 1 through
Let's start
10?
1 through 5 and then we'll go 1 through 10.
Okay, gotcha.
But
Okay.
wait, this feels a little naive. Maybe we should up the ante here.
Oh, dear.
If you get it wrong, you have to take a drink.
Oh no. Okay, I'm ready. I'm here for this. All right, hold on. Let me get my
if
feet
you're
down.
at home and you want to play, just
Okay.
ask a friend to play along with you. When you're trying to figure out the number in your head, either try and see it, like with your eyes closed, see if you can see it pop into your head. Either listen to it, meaning see if you can hear the whisper of a number, or feel it. And we'll talk more about how to dive deeper into those gifts, but this is just a fun way to do it. So I'm going to hold up a number 1 through 5.
Okay, so I've got my head down, eyes closed. You're holding up a number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What am I getting?
Okay, put my hands down.
Okay,
You
so
can look.
I'm thinking.
You can open your eyes.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I
Okay.
put it up. And
Okay,
then I put
and then you put it down. Okay, my first thought was 2, and then I kept going back and forth. 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. So I don't know. I'm gonna go with 2.
That's funny because in my head I literally heard 2, 2, 2, 2.
Stop.
It was 4.
Oh no. She like probably.
Take a drink by her. I heard you.
Okay. You knew. You know I was gonna go for 2.
I don't know why. I just heard it. I heard it a lot. Okay, so it's my turn. I'm going to close my eyes.
All right. So I'm gonna show you guys the number I'm holding up. Okay. So you guys saw the number. Sitting back down. Okay. You can open your eyes if you want.
3.
What'd you get? 5.
I saw 5.
Did you? You second guessed. Oh, she second guessed.
I said 3.
Dang it.
Okay.
Drink up, girl. Drink.
They're like,
Okay.
they're the worst psychics ever.
I know. Right. They're like, you both got it wrong. So, you know
That's
what?
the
That's
point.
okay. Yeah. I think it's great. We both got it wrong. We're both still learning. And we just want to grow and learn
It's a
together
fun
with you
game.
guys. Yeah. Yeah. We're not going to get it
doesn't
right
matter.
every
We
time.
don't attach.
No.
Okay, your
Non-attachment. Okay. So I'm going to go again.
1 through 5.
Here we go. 1 through 5. Okay. Closing my eyes. Tell me when you got it.
Got it.
Okay. I'm just going to go with 1.
The number was 1.
Yeah. Don't
Drink.
take a drink. It was 1?
Yeah, but drink anyway.
Oh, I'm like, my girl, I got it. Okay, I'll drink. You know I'm not going to resist that.
Yay. Okay,
That's funny. Okay, here we go. All right, so let's see if we can stump Kalina. Let's see what number we got. Okay. Can you guys see? All right. Okay, Kalina, what do you got?
This is hard because the only number we haven't said is 4, but I'm still going to go back to 3.
You were right with 4. It was 4.
It's the only number we haven't done.
Oh,
So
I didn't even think of that. I just thought I'll do 4 fingers.
I'll drink anyway.
Okay, drink.
Let's
You
go
had
1
it
through
though.
10.
You had
Should
it.
we refill?
I feel like, okay, guys. So if you're looking online, let me show you what I got. We got the Big Daddy. Can anyone
Big
see
Daddy.
that?
Oh, I like that.
What did you get, Kalina? This is like a gallon of sangria.
I
Right?
think that's more than a gallon. And for
Okay,
the
but
record, we did not drink all of
No,
that.
no.
We invited friends.
We had a little bit of help earlier. We were pre-gaming. It's fine.
Yeah, and then we
We're
kicked
gonna
our
top
friends
this
out
off. We kicked them out so we could keep partying.
so we can channel.
Yeah, we could channel without
fine.
distraction. Okay. All right. So are we going to up it and do 1 through 10?
Do you know what I need?
Oh, girl, I give you a little extra. I got a heavy pour for you. Oh, we didn't add a little, what do we call
Sparkle.
it? Sparkle.
We need sparkle. Should I go get it?
Maybe grab it real
I'm
quick.
going to grab a sparkle.
Okay, we got a little sparkle. Now we're ready to
Okay,
go.
little sparkle.
Okay.
What are we doing?
Sparkle.
Okay, should we do 1 through 5 again?
Should we?
1 through
let's
10.
get crazy. 1 through 10.
Okay.
Let's get crazy.
It's your turn.
I feel like
My
you're
turn.
going to get it. Whose is it? I honestly don't remember. I did 4.
I already
it's
know
you.
what you're going to say. Okay, I'm going to hold up a number.
Okay. Close your eyes, head down. Here we go. Tell me when you got it.
I'm like trying to do it so like the camera can see.
I know. I had to like get closer.
Okay.
Okay. I'm not going to overthink it. I'm going to go with 8.
The number was 8.
Was it?
It was 8.
Oh, I'm so excited. Okay. All
You're
right.
good.
But not attachment. I'm not getting excited. I'm not getting excited
You can
about
be
that.
excited.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, gosh, no
okay.
pressure. Okay.
You know, okay, here we go. So 1 through 10. Hold on. Let's see. What do we got? All right. You guys
I'm
see
trying
this?
not to look.
Okay. Okay. All right. What do you
6.
got? Yes, 6! High five that girl. Cheers. We
No
both got
way.
it. Yeah. It was 6.
Oh my gosh, I'm
They
so happy.
We got it. Okay, we're channeling.
This is fun game.
So
Should we
delicious.
play
So
again?
fun.
Oh, I got one for you.
Okay.
Close yours.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Okay. Wait, so you did number 1 through 10?
Yeah, maybe we should tell our listeners to try and tap into what number I'm holding up. So if they're not
Ooh.
looking, if you're following us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or wherever you find us, think about what number I might be holding up.
Love it.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I love that challenge. Okay, I'm just going to go with 9.
10.
Oh, I was close. That's okay. Cheers to that.
Close.
I know.
Cheers.
It's okay.
Every time you
got
every
it.
time you get it wrong, I drink too.
We're going down together.
Sympathy drink. That's like the sign of a good friend. And they can drink with us
100%.
if we get it wrong.
Guys, come on. Cheers to that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cheers.
Love it. Okay, let's see. We got Kalina here. Okay, same thing. You guys tap in. Close your eyes. Let's see if you want to do it with us. Oh, hold on. What am I doing? Let's do... Okay.
I'm
Oh,
rocking.
dear. I just dropped a crystal. Okay. She's rocking. All right, we're ready.
7.
10.
Damn.
That's okay. That's okay. Cheers. All right.
We
I
should
like
have quit
it.
while we were ahead.
We were on a roll for a minute.
One
Okay.
more round.
Okay, here we go. We're going again. You guys ready? You got
have
it.
A dry erase board.
You
so
got
we
it.
can go like 1 through 50.
Yeah, next time. Let's do that because that's way more of a challenge,
Okay.
right? Okay,
Okay.
here we go.
I got a number in my head, but it's not 1 through.
You want to go
10.
bigger?
I don't know how to do that.
I don't either without showing them. Let's just go off the honor system. 1 through 20? I don't know. That makes me nervous. You want to do it?
Let's stay 1 through 10.
1 through 10.
Okay.
You're going. I'm closing.
Okay.
Okay. All right. My eyes are closed. Tell me when you're ready.
Okay. If you're listening, try and guess the number I'm holding up.
Okay. She's got 1 through 10.
Feel, see, hear.
Let's see. This is going to sound weird. So I am honestly going between 2 and 8.
5.
Well, it's a way off. You're like somewhere in the middle, maybe.
Great.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Let's drink up.
Cheers.
Cheers. Drink up, guys. All right, last round. Let's get Kalina. Okay, she's got this. I can feel it. Here we go. 1 through 10. Okay, we're ready.
6.
1.
Damn it.
I'm sorry. That's okay.
Way off.
Cheers, cheers.
Cheers.
Let's just keep drinking.
Cheers. Cheers.
All right. So do we have a quick question we want to do? Or should we wrap it up?
Do
Ask the psychics.
Ask the psychic.
What do we got? I thought I had my phone.
You do ask the psychic, and I'll do letter. Because we had a letter from a reader. So you want
let's
me to do
go straight to that. Yeah,
okay.
Let's do that. Because I feel like there was kind of a little bit of a question there with the letter, maybe.
I actually do have a question from a different listener. Okay. So the letter was, there's a lot of pictures of us.
She's got to scroll through.
Okay. Dear Kaci and Kalina, I just finished listening to the first episode of your podcast, Medium Mixology, and I absolutely loved it. Yay!
Aw, thank you.
I'm eagerly looking forward to the next episodes. Kaci, when you shared your story about discovering your gift, it really resonated with me. It reminded me of my own childhood experiences. I think they're talking about when you were talking about like the bathroom.
Yeah.
When you were like scared and you knew as a kid.
Yeah.
I often saw things that I knew didn't belong to this world, and it was quite frightening. Now, as an adult, many of those memories are blocked out, but hearing your story brought them back to mind, and I wonder if I blocked them out because I too was scared. Thank you both for sharing such personal and intriguing insights. Keep up the fantastic work. Spiritly, Franny, your number one fan.
Aw, thank you, Franny.
Franny!
We love you. Thank you. That's so sweet. We appreciate that feedback. We really, really appreciate any feedback you have, any questions. We're just so grateful.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find.
That was.
Here we go.
You have a question for us? Okay.
Yep, I do have a question for us.
Okay.
Do you think your gifts are passed down? Who in your family do you think has the gift?
This is a good question.
It's such a good question.
Yeah.
That's by T.
Love it.
We'll call it T.
Yeah. That's such a good question. So, yes, I do think that it is. I mean, I don't know that I would attach to that and say that it's passed down, but I mean, maybe. What do you think? I feel like in families, there are some families that maybe it's also that their third eye is just open. Maybe genetically.
What's the third eye?
So the third eye is that sixth chakra, and it's your kind of your psychic abilities, your intuition.
Yeah.
Kind of a knowing, seeing. And there are some families that I would say, you know, like the mom, the parents, the kids.
Think it's ancestral. If you think about descendants of tribal nations or descendants of like I very strongly think there are ancestral ties where some families are just more intuitive than others. However, I don't think that you have to have ancestral ties to intuition to make you more psychic or medium.
I agree.
Anybody can have it. It's like tuning to a radio station. It's a frequency like we talked about before. It's either high or low. And if you have more dense energies, which is regret, anguish, pain, just really heavy, sad, bitter, resentment, all of those really heavy emotions, you're less likely to open. So clearing that out, like kind of working through that, will help you have a higher vibrational frequency. And when your vibrational frequency gets higher, it's like you switch the radio station to be more in tune with that frequency of other dimensions, meaning of more psychic abilities. If you know yourself so well, when you're feeling something, you know that it's not yours. You're able to pick up on that it's somebody else's. Like period cramps, I get a lot, and they're not mine. And I'm like, who's on their period?
You're like, what's going on? Yeah, because I think maybe you've been doing a lot of the work, a lot of internal work, inner child work, just kind of healing some of those pains and traumas, and you're vibrating higher, like what Kalina's saying. You might even also be listening to binaural beats, higher frequency music, meditating, prayer, all these things that can raise your vibrations, yoga,
breath work,
grounding, breath work. There's so many things that raise your vibrations. And maybe you might feel maybe alone in that. Maybe you're one of the few in your entire family that's doing that, that's working on that. And all of a sudden you're getting these downloads. You're maybe even seeing spirit, or you just have this knowing, this sense. Your inner wisdom is coming to the surface. You're feeling it more. Your intuition. And we don't want you to feel that you're alone And so even if you're the only one in your family that's tapping into that, I just don't feel like maybe it has to be generational.
And I think a lot of people don't know what their great grandparents were like.
Yeah.
Or even like maybe you were really close to your grandparents on your mom's side, but not necessarily your dad's. So even if it's generational, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That being said, personally, is it passed down to my children? And do I receive it from my family? My grandmother is very intuitive on my mother's side. On my mother's dad's side, there is a tribal connection there. So they were very intuitive. I know she is one of my spirit guides, my great grandmother. And I feel like my children also have that. So I feel like my family is very gifted. They were more open to receiving that I was a psychic or medium, and because they have experienced so many natural phenomenon that is unexplainable.
Yeah.
And so my children, my oldest daughter, Brinley, is 17. She sees and hears and feels spirits. So she is medium. She is psychic.
Yeah.
My second oldest, Kaya, is 14. And she also is psychic medium. They're very gifted and very skilled. But I think part of that is the openness to embrace it at a young age. Because I think kids who are little are closer because their brain hasn't yet been told they're not allowed to believe.
Yeah. That seeing that veil is thinner. They're able to tap into that more. And they have a mother who is supportive of that, who's encouraging it, who's making them feel like valid in their feelings and what they're seeing, that, you know, they're not feeling that they're alone in this. They know that you have the same ability, and they kind of watch you and how you channel and help others. Yeah,
it's interesting. My 12-year-old son, Dagan, he woke me up the other night and he came into my room and he was like, my heart's beating fast and I can't sleep, and I woke up and I don't know what's wrong. And as a mother, a almost 40-year-old woman, I know that he was experiencing anxiety symptoms. Yeah. And I was like, this is weird. He's never had that. And I went and I was like, okay, buddy, let's go like back into your room. I'll tuck you. I'll kind of lay with you. Let's just like say a prayer. Let's just breathe, take a few deep breaths. Let's try and clear it out. And as I went into his room and laid down with him, he was closing his eyes. I was trying to like tell him to take a couple of deep breaths. I noticed there were lights flashing. And what happened was I went and looked outside the window, and the neighbor had an ambulance out there, and they were hauling somebody out on a stretcher.
No.
And I think he was feeling the anxiety of that person.
Yeah. Yeah. That
or
person,
of that
the
family. Like it just, the spiral of that, the energy.
Yeah.
But he's too young to quite put words or feelings or emotions with it. So I think he was picking up on stuff that wasn't his. So that was interesting. And then my other kids so I have 3 other kids besides those 3. And they're all very intuitive. My 8-year-old came to me one day and he said, "What are you reading?" And I said, "I'm reading a book on angels and spirit guides." And he said, "Oh, I have one of those." And I said, "Oh, do you?" And he said, "Yeah. Her name is Love. She tells me to call her Love."
Oh.
And I said, "Really?" And he said, "Yeah, she tells me to call her Grandma Love." And I have my great-grandmother's name. Her last name was Love.
Oh, my word. I love that.
So he was like, I have an angel. Her name is Grandma Love.
Oh, my gosh, how precious.
And I was like, you have a Grandma Love.
You're like, actually.
Yeah, it would be, it's my great-grandmother, so it would be his great-great-grandmother. So he didn't know.
No, he had no clue.
Isn't that amazing?
Oh, that's so sweet. Yeah, I love that so much.
So I think all of my kids have the gift. What about you, Casey?
Yeah, I feel the same. I feel that with each of my kids, I feel like they have different abilities. Like I had said before, my 19-year-old, she has heard spirits, felt them, seen them. My 17-year-old, I think the same. I think she feels it more than anything. Her gift would be that as an empath. She absorbs and feels so much. She can feel it. And then my 14-year-old, I feel like he has it too, but I feel like his younger brother, the 12-year-old, his is next level. My 12-year-old Logan, he his is beyond mine. Like he can see, feel, hear. I think it makes it almost more difficult for him to connect with other boys because he really does live in this other realm. Like he is beyond any type of my abilities or gifts. My 12-year-old and 6-year-old, they both have seen spirits. Logan has seen them since he was little. I took the trash out when he was about 3 years old. I came back inside. He was just playing in his room. When I came back inside, he was in the middle of the hallway where I have seen spirits before. I don't know if it was like some portal or what you would call it. This house we lived in previously, it had something in that hallway. Logan was standing there. I will never forget. 3 years old. He is staring at a spirit. I could feel it. It was like the whole hallway. Yeah, he saw it, but he was terrified and he was screaming and he was like shaking. And I walked in and I actually asked the spirit to leave because I was like, this is scary. You need to leave. And we both calmed down. Logan immediately stopped crying. He grabbed onto me. He calmed down. That kid has seen and heard so many things. I could do a whole podcast on what Logan has tapped into.
Your unknowingness is not necessarily scary. I think Hollywood makes us believe it's scary. Yeah. And when a child sees somebody standing in their house that is not anybody they've ever seen before, they might think of it as very terrifying, and that makes your heart beat faster. But that's why
I do agree with that. It was, I think, just so strong for him. He could see every detail and foreign. That it was overwhelming.
Yeah.
But he always has. There's so many more stories I could tell maybe for another podcast. But his and my youngest, my 6-year-old, both of them since they were little have had the coolest things. Another episode. Let's wrap it up.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
This
So
has been
if you
fun.
have questions, comments, stories,
thoughts, feelings,
ask the psychic.
Yeah. Ask the psychic and email us mediummixology@gmail.com.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
This
we'd love
is
to hear from
Kalina.
This is Kaci.
This is Medium
Mixology. Have a good day, you guys.
Happy Hump Day.
Yeah.